Hello! So today I thought I'd make some book reviews because I read a lot. So here's just a couple that I thought were really good. So this is a book every teen should read. Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. It was recently made into a movie, but before that it had a major sort of cult following of people who liked the book. It's about a boy. It's written from his perspective, and he is writing anonymous letters to someone. We don't really know who throughout the book, but that's not really important. He's just writing about his life and his experiences, and it's so personal, and it's just great. He has an interesting mindset because, well, he's a new freshman, and he's very innocent to the point where it's hard to believe, sort of. And then he meets these two seniors, and they just change his life. If you like books that deal with mental, thought processes and things, I also thought of Go Ask Alice, which I read this spring. That one is also, it's diary entries, and it's a little darker since it deals with so many drugs and things. I guess you wouldn't have younger people read it because it has some drugs and drinking and things in it, but that's not a big deal. Just be smart about it, Go Ask Alice is much darker because it's just a downward spiral. But I kind of love those too. Also, a book about someone who is dealing with a mental struggle throughout the novel, and it just progresses, is the one I just read called The Bell Jar, and I don't have it. I checked it out of the library, but oh, it's really good. By Sylvia Plath. It's intense. It starts out and you're just like, meh, nothing much is happening, but then through the narrator is also main character, through her experiences, you start to learn about her mindset, and then you understand that something isn't quite right. And then once you understand that, the book kind of downward spirals into nearly mental illness. I find that really interesting, but it gets really dark at times and can be triggering, but a really intense read if you want something to really think about afterwards. Also, what I recommend, Sherlock Holmes. I have an intense old version. It's really awesome. I just read A Study in Scarlet. It was kind of interesting. I'm a Sherlock fan, if you don't know. A Study in Pink is the first episode, so that's basically what I knew about the story. The actual book, it's so interesting because you have the murder and everything, and John and Sherlock meet each other and all that. But then there's a total backstory just suddenly shoved in there of the killer, his motivation and his whole story is thrown in there. And maybe I missed something, but I was just like, okay, now we're in America following some random guy. This is kind of weird. Once you start, okay, I get it, but it's really interesting. And if you're a Sherlock fan, I definitely recommend it. Next, I'm gonna read The Inheritance, or just Inheritance. It's a big book, but that's fun. Yeah, so that's what I've been reading and what I'd recommend. So hopefully I can do more of these.